All right, welcome to another episode of Can You Connect? And this is Mr.WalkThatWalk. And we're going to be going over interactions with somebody who is grieving or dealing with grief. Maybe it's your partner who's having a hard time with it. So we're just going to go over different experiences of what they might be going through. Our first person is going to be a African American woman who stated that, my apologies, it's a Nigerian woman that lives in the UK. She discussed that at first she, lost her father. Well, at first her father was present, but once their relationship with the father and mother became a bit toxic, then that is when her parents ended up divorcing, and then that's when she dealt with the loss of her father through the divorce. So that was one loss because he stopped coming around, so she had to deal with that, and ended up never seeing him again. And he ended up moving back to Nigeria, and they, her mom and her sister stayed in the UK. However, the mom ended up being diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. However, the mom was still moving and doing things and being productive until she wasn't able to, and she started losing weight, and she started deteriorating, and she was getting to the point where she was witnessing her mom having a lot of health issues, to the point where I think she lived for about maybe 5 years or so dealing with it. I think I could be wrong, but at a certain point, her mom stopped eating. She stopped eating, and then after she stopped eating, that's when her health got worse. And she ended up passing away. And that was traumatic for them because they witnessed that firsthand. They were trying to give her CPR. And that didn't work, and then she ended up not making it through, and that day was pretty hard for them. She mentioned that even looking at pictures of her mom was challenging. Going back to Nigeria without her mom was hard. All the things that reminded her of her mom was hard for them to deal with. They weren't that present in college. They went through college and they stayed in college and they graduated, but they don't even remember going through college and having the experience of college because of that loss. She stated that even going to church was hard because they would all go together. So going without her just made it worse. There's a African American black woman who reported losing one of her parents, and how that affected her is that she would have to, I think she lost her mother, she would have to put on a fake smile, and she would do that everywhere she goes since her mother's passing. And she will also be there for everyone and overextend herself for everybody else, but felt empty inside without her mom. And it was hard for her to move forward with her life So she got pushed to the point of going to seek help and going to get therapy. There was another woman who felt heartbroken, and when losing her mom, and wanted her mom to see her get married and see her have children and have a family, and wanted her mom to see her grow into a woman. However, her mom ended up battling with dementia for over 5 years, and then begun not eating, which caused her, organs to stop working. And then she ended up passing away, but she felt guilty because before everything happened, she ended up moving. So her mom was used to being around her, and they would always do things together. Her friends would come over. Her mom didn't really have friends, so her best friend was her and her daughter's friends. So when she moved, that's when everything kind of went downhill for her mom. So now she kind of carries that blame of moving away with her spouse, took out her mom when she felt like she could have just stayed with her mom and supported her. And now she feels like she is lost without her mom, and she also feels like she failed her. Her mom was forgetting her birthday, and her memory was declining. It was hard for her mother to function and do the daily things she used to do. She was forgetting her daughters as well. The daughter was having up and down days. She was angry, when seeing, her mom was angry when seeing her, but she tried to make the best out of it. And she was angry because she probably didn't know who she was until having a positive interaction with her and started dancing like they used to, which kind of helped jog her memory about, who her daughter was, because those are things they used to do together. So these are just some of the things some people are going through and feeling about the loss. Most of them were definitely, everybody kind of cried through it when they were explaining what happened to their loved ones. So it's definitely important to try to be as supportive as possible, especially if your partner's loved one has passed away. Trying to show up for them, be there for them, and give a listening ear, and giving them that quality time, because they feel like their quality time was taken away, especially with their family member. So all the positive energy you could give them definitely helps, and the attention, and they just want to be heard and just want to be able to express how they feel. It's up and down. They go through that cycle. It's the cycle of grief. The denial, the bargaining, the anger, the sadness, the acceptance. They go through that whole cycle, back and forth, back and forth. So having a support system there for them can potentially help them through it. They may forever be harmed or they may feel a way, but with the right people around, they could potentially help them to get back on their feet and get back to living for their loved ones and for what their loved ones wanted them to be in life, and moving forward because of them, and allowing those love, even though they pass away, they're still pushing you forward spiritually in the spiritual realm, and holding your hand through it and working you through it, so that you don't have to stop, so that you don't have to stop moving. Because I witness people not pausing life, not moving forward in life, getting stuck in a sense, because of losing somebody. So just creating that space where you can celebrate your loved ones, where turning it into a positive thing, where you're visiting them, you're talking to them, you're writing to them, you're creating rituals where you're letting off balloons with messages, or lighting candles for them, just having that moment, multiple moments to celebrate their life, doing things that they used to do. So, whether it was music or an activity they used to do, just doing those things, so to feel more connected with them. So these are just some things to go over and think about and keep in mind, so that we could be more present in people's lives, so that we could best help them if need be. That will definitely conclude chapter 2, and we're going to be moving on. We might do one more for chapter 2, but it'll be different. And we'll be going on to the next thing after this. We're basically done in the DSM-5. I just got one more thing I might do, and then we'll go to some other things. But yeah, definitely thanks for watching. And the Black-owned business we're going to be supporting is Sweet Kitchen. They're a Caribbean restaurant. They might be Jamaican and Sierra Leone. I saw the 2 flags on there. So I'll put their information in the description below. Please support the person who does the intro and outro music, and the person who made my avatar, and myself. I'm a clinical social worker for the state of Maryland. So I provide individual, families, and couples therapy. So if you need anything, definitely just let me know. And we'll definitely check back in. And definitely thanks for watching, and y'all have a good rest of the night, or a good rest of the day.
That sucks.